Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to sew skirts with flared under. So I fold my material into 4. This one is 2 and I'm going to fold again. And this into 4. This is the allowance where I'm going to place my zip, 1.5 inch, where I'm going to fix my zip on the back. This is the back, 1.5 inch for the back. To measure the waist, I'm going to add elastic on the side, the 2 sides of the waist, this side and this side. So the waist is 42 inches because of the elastic I'm going to add. So I'm going to leave it 42 inches. 42 inches divided by 4, it will give me 10.5. So I'm going to add 1 inch for the sewing. So 10.5 plus 1 inch for the sewing, 11.5. From here to here is 11.5 because I add 1 inch for the sewing. So the hip is 48 inches. 48 divided by 4, 12 inches. 48 for the hip divided by 4, it will give me 12 inches. So this 12 inches plus the sewing extra 1 inch for the sewing, so it will now give me 13 inches. So mark like this. Then the half length, before the flat starts is 20 inches. 20 inches from here, 20 inches. Then the bottom, where I'm going to fix, from here I'm going to fix so the flat. So this is the main body, and from half length I'm going to fix the flat. I'm going to sew the flat from the half length. So the bottom is 42 inches. 42 divided by 4, it will give me 10.5 inches. This 10.5 inches plus 1 inch for the sewing. Like that. So I'm going to notch the zip where I'm going to sew the zip side, and the front where I'm going to place the flat and the up. This 2 years by 45. So yes, this is for the flag. So this is the flag. As you can see, I fold it into 2 and it gives me a triangle shape. This is how it will look like. Whenever you are going to cut flag, it will look like this. the triangle shape. This into two. I'm cutting one side of it. It's going to be two pieces. What I'm going to do, I start from here. I measure 12.5 inches from this point, this very point here, to this place, 12.5 inches. I'm going to start with that. If it will fit the bottom of the skirt, 12.5 inches and 12.5 inches. Make sure you place your tape on the tip here when you are measuring flared. On the tip, you measure the amount you want. So this from here to here, 12.5 inches, 12.5 inches, 12.5 inches, like that. You mark like that. So this 12.5 inches. Then you mark with your chalk. I'm going to say, measure if it's enough. I still need like 1 inch to be enough for the flared. So I'm going to measure again. I measured 12.5 before. I'm going to add, make it 13 inches. 13 inches, 13 inches, like that. 13 inches, 13 inches, and you mark with your chalk if it's still enough. Yeah, it is enough now. From here to here, it is enough for the bottom of the skirt. So remember, I measured 13 inches. So from where I mark this where my 13 inches is, from this place where I mark 13 inches down, I'm going to take 24 inches. From here to here is 24 inches plus ½ inch for the hemming. 24 inches, 24.5. Then you place it just the way you started from the measuring of the down. So 24.5. Place your tape, 24.5, just like that, and 24.5. So this is it. I'm going to cut. This is the second side of the flared. So this is how the material is. I'm going to fold it like this to give me the triangle shape. See, this is how it's supposed to be. So after folding it like this, I'm going to place the first one I cut on top. So this is the first one I cut. I'm going to place it. No need to measure anymore. So you just cut it the same. So you just cut here like this. two sides. Here and here. This is the flat. This is the band. Four inches. Then I'm going to fold it into two like this before I sew it on the waist. So I'm going to cut the lining. The lining is 22 inches. Fold into four. This into two and into four. So I'm going to start sewing. What I'm going to do first is to sew the back where I'm going to fix the zip. I'm going to leave seven inches. This is where the zip is going to. I'm going to place the zip, then I'm going to sew here all down from here. The reason why I place my tape like this is because of the band. I'm going to sew the zip also on the band, so that is why I place it like this. Maybe the band is 1.5 inch, then to 7 inches. So I'm going to sew from here down, from here. The band is 1.5 inch, then this is where the band is going to stay, and to 7 inches. From here I'm going to sew it down. From here I'm going to fix my zip. So after doing that, I'm going to add that. This is the front. Fold into two, then place my zip tape here to 4 inches. So this way I'm going to add that. So after sewing this, as I've said before, then I'm going to add that on the waist, the front and the back. Finish adding the dots. From here to here is 5 inches. 5 inches. So after sewing, it will now remain 7 inches. So also with the back, I've also sew where I'm going to place my zip, the back. So the next thing is to sew the side. You measure the waist. The waist is 42 inches, but I'm going to add elastic on the side, the two sides of the waist. So I'm only going to take like 1 inch or ½ inch to sew and measure the hip, and sew and measure the down, and sew the two sides, this side and this side. After sewing the two sides, then I'm going to, this is the lining. I'm going to sew the lining and leave like 6 inches from here to here, 6 inches, and sew all the way down to this place before I sew on top the main body of the material. So I'm going to sew the lining on the skirt. I'm going to sew it like this, give like ½ inch before I start to do lining on top. So I'm going to add plain because the lining is a little bit bigger than the skirt. So I'm going to show you when I'm done with the sewing. So this is how I sew it on top. You can see I leave like ½ inch, more than ½ inch for the zip. I'm going to sew the zip here. So this is how it will look like. The next thing I'm going to do now is the band. I'm going to sew the band on it, on the waist. After sewing the band, then I will show you how to add elastic on the two sides of the skirt, so it will come like this. I'm going to show you when I'm finished sewing the band. This is the band. I leave ½ inch because I'm going to sew it inside like this. So I will show you when I'm done with the sewing of the band. I just sew the band here. So we bring it up. I'm going to sew the other side. I'm going to sew the other side this way. Here, like this. This is the band I'm ironing. This elastic 6½ inches. Two pieces. This is the side of the skirt. So this is the side. I'm going to place it here and stretch. I'm not going to stretch it right now, but when I sew it here, this is where the dart is. I'm going to sew it here, ½ inch from the dart, that is here. I'm going to sew it like this. Sew it like this. I hope you can see it clearly. I'm going to sew it like this. Then after sewing it, it's going to stretch to the other side. I will show you when I finish sewing the two. I'm going to sew it on the other side too. I will show you. After sewing the elastic on the band, I'm going to complete the sewing of the band. So when you are sewing the band, you stretch the material like that. You be stretching and sewing it like that up to this place. I'm going to show you when I finish sewing the band. I just finished joining the band on this waistband. So after joining it, I just match the elastic down like this. So I'm going to do the same with this side. When I'm done with that, then the flag, I'm going to join the two sides, this side and this side. This is the up and this side is the down. Just join the two sides. So what I'm going to do is to hem like this, all around the flat, the down. So when I'm finished doing that, I'm going to join the flat and the skirt together. This is the two sides like this. I'm going to join each like that around. When I'm done doing that, I'm going to fix my zip. Not with the lining. That is why I give it ½ inch. So I'm only going to sew it on the main material, not on top the lining. The lining is going to, I'm going to separate the lining from the main material. So I'm going to sew it like this. So this is the finished look of this skirt. So this is the end. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please share this video for others to also gain from it. Thank you so much once again, and see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.